Plato, welcome back. Whoop whoop. How's it going, folks? Nice to see you all back here again. Okay, so I'm now armed with a whole litre of water to get me through a long stream of storytelling here today. There's going to be a lot of text to read out, a lot of investigating to do. Starting with this dear old lady in here. We've just got into this apartment blocks. We had to go in, we had to go and sort out Kuno, if you remember him, the uncouth youth with the Scouse accent. We had to go and sort out his dad and pick up some drugs for him. Very important police work we're doing here. We had to investigate a murder, and we probably had to do something else in here that I can't remember. But we'll have a good old route around and explore, I think. We should probably talk to her first. Do you think? We should. It's going good, Trollsium? Glad to hear it. How's everyone else doing? We've got a room in there. Do you know what? I'm going to equip my flashlight for this. Because it's not terribly... I like the way that the flashlight follows the mouse pointer around. That's quite good. Right, let's talk to the old dear over here. What's that say? Graffito says, a firing squad for the rich. Communists. Maybe.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on a broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing. Well, she's stirring up a lot of dust, obviously.
The
Simple.
cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. First, I'm the policeman that asked you to open the door. Are you sure you don't want to see my... No, we don't mention badges. We don't have a badge at the moment. We've lost it. Hey, Crisis Battle. Equip the flashlight and beat the woman till she speaks. Always an option in an investigation. I like your style. Are you all right? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
Now, what you want from me, policeman?
That is like some weird... What's going on? Oh, I see. It's because I'm shining the torch at the broom handle. It's got this wonderful shadow behind her head. That's nice that the shadow responds to the source of the light. I'm impressed. Logic. She's a cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence. Let's start with, who are you? I'm no one. I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. Nothing to see here. Move along. Do you live here? You can call it a living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. Ooh! Oh, I suppose she's cleaning it. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. This is just a game, not being able to get on much, but is this game a lot like this War of Mine? I don't actually know. I've never played this War of Mine. Maybe someone else who's played it. Possibly. I couldn't tell you honestly. It looks more in depth. There's a lot of conversation and text in this. Not a criticism of it, just the style that it is. But it's very deep on investigation with a little bit of luck thrown in on your rolls. You want to point out that you're probably blinding the woman with a flashlight? It's like the desk lamp in old cop thrillers. Exactly. It's an interrogation technique. Let's see if this works. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain. No. She just juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. Oh dear, let's get the violins. I'll tell you what, I'll give her some speed. I'll give her some amphetamine. That should get her going. Shivers. And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. Ooh. I'm looking for Martin Martinez. The cleaning lady smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here, don't you worry. No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez, except we know that's false. Oh, I got XP for that. P-Brain! Somebody played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Revachol. Yeah, figured that out. Oops, you really didn't get the joke there. I did. I just went along with it. Honest Mr. Rhetoric. I thought it was obvious, he says, before he stops before he offends you. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name. Okay. I'm looking for the parents of a kid named Kuno. The Reuters are at the end of this hallway, right next to the communal bathroom. Excellent. We need to go and break into that place. How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives? Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Which is the other end of the hallway? That's not good in a description when there's two ends to the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk? Or talk? The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. She points east. He's usually home in the evening. A long time to wait then. Thank you, says Kim. He turns to you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. I know what you're saying, Kim. You mean we should go and break in while he's not there. I know what you're saying. I like your style too. Hey, Crisis Battle. Thin walls in that apartment. Hope the rent is cheap. I'm sure it is. I hope the doors are easily broken into as well. Okay, I have a few questions about these apartments. Ask away, policeman. Can you tell me about Cindy? The artist? She scoffs. Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leans on a broom. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others. Oh, that's all, thanks. Okay, she wasn't very interesting. We have a lot to break into here. What's on this door then? It's just be a number, right? Apartment 8. The mailbox is overflowing. Can't play with the door. Let's see what's in there. I'll take the money. We haven't paid today's rent yet. What's that? Is that going to be upstairs or something? Oh, shoes. They look like women's shoes, though. What's this? A postcard of Boogie Street. Number 9. The door is locked. A locked door. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. Let's see who's in. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Ooh. You can feel tension on the other side. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. Knock again. This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment. It's generally easy to do things if you have literally any reason. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Kick the door in. I wish it was an option. But sadly, the game does not want me to play like that. Wow! Wow! 6 real, I'm rich. Okay, another 2 and I can afford the rent. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. Interesting. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says 11. Examine the padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. Okay. Oh, let's knock first. No reply. Leave. Do we need to break in? We don't need to do anything, I suppose. But it's inviting. It's so inviting. Shout KGB, open up. Wonder what effect that would get. I've got 72% chance. I failed. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters and it's really not working. Is that 2? Damn it. Did I really take 2 morale damage from that? Kim, I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective. The lieutenant points to the corroded loop with a gloved finger. These chain cutters are broken, Kim. Perhaps you should give it another go. Yes, thank you. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now. After you, Detective. Why did we want to go into number 11? I have no idea. But never let that stop the bold policeman. Wow, is that the apartment? That's awful. A flamboyant poster of a white star Real lithography. Who's that? Bust of Krasmazov. A plaster-cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name of the plinth reads Krasmazov. Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their bedroom? The White Star. The photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. He looks around before mumbling to himself, how fitting. Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works. I suspect that's exactly what they're trying to do. He leans closer to inspect the economics book on the table. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youths still keep the ideology going, it seems. So it's a commie's apartment. Okay. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Now that could be interesting. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. And a cupboard. With a 9mm bullet. And a lounge jacket with conceptualization. That looks like that might be nice. What am I wearing here? Shivers and esprit de corps. Whereas I put on a lounge jacket. Let's put this on for a laugh. Oh, yes. I like it. Actually, I know it. I hate that. It's awful. But it's better than some other things. Signal blue naval coat. What do I look like with that on? Ooh. I think I like the police cape, to be quite honest. There's no penalty to that. I don't like penalties to skills. And we got what happened to that bullet? Interact. Nothing to interact with. Okay. Well, that wasn't the most interesting of rooms. Let's... Oh! I nearly missed the shoes. That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram called... or cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. Look, Kim, there are communists around here. I'll keep my armistice handy, detective. He doesn't actually reach for his gun. Inspect the symbol closer. The star and antlers were developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. I don't like communards as a word. It sounds extremely insulting. I don't know if that's actually a real word or just used to describe communists in this game. That's their vision of communism. But it sounds like a combination of communist and retard to me. Maybe I've just been ruined by the internet. I don't know. I don't know if that's the intention to sound like that either, or whether it's just the language that they've used. But communards. We'll go with that anyway. Actually, Crisis, if I had shouted KGB open up, they might well have opened up. If they were communists. Even today, half a century later, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why is the star upside down? To symbolise the toppling of the old order. Why? What's the deal with the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it. Why white? Because white is the colour of peace. What does it evoke in me? Smug superiority? Aesthetic musings? The triumph of capital is undeniable, but maybe the guns were sort of cool. Revolutionaries had loads of guns. I don't think it evoked any thoughts in my character, anyway. The shoes, though. Oh, wait, someone had left some loose change in their shoes. Okay, I'll have that. Cupboard on the wall, empty. What's... Oh, there's a balcony. Okay, we need to have a look out there. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals and smells of laundry detergent. What's in the bucket there? Flip up glasses. The auditor. I'm getting a new look here. What am I wearing? I'm currently wearing +1 visual calculus but -1 drama. And I've got the option of going for +1 logic, -1 authority. Ooh, -1 authority is not one to take lightly. What's it look like, though? I think I can take -1 drama. Authority rolls that I've come across in this are usually very important. I'll think twice before equipping those. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. I won't go out to the... Shall I go out to the balcony? And there's an exit. I guess that's downstairs. Maybe there'll be some clues on the balcony from where that smoking guy was stood. Maybe we'll see something out here. Oh, like a lot. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Someone's watching us from there. Does this mean we can go upstairs? Ah. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Wait, is that a paint can? Full of money. What's it with people leaving their loose change everywhere? Hang on, was that some electrics? No, it's some more spare cash. Just a door, nothing for you. Stop. And that is someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Apartment number 30, can't go in. 29, oh, he's got 2 thoughts. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. I need to learn about dance music. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. 29 is empty. And apartment 28. The door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. He looks around, taking in the cold spring air. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 o'clock tomorrow night? What do you mean? Smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow at 9? Why tomorrow at 9? Why not tonight at 9? Don't worry, it's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this. Thanks, memory. Sounds good. Tomorrow at 9. Okay, he writes it down in his little notebook. Let's go. Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry, you'll get him. Remember tomorrow, he's probably gone for today. Well, he didn't hang about, did he? Let's see. We'll get him tomorrow. I look like a bit of a knob running around with a flashlight out outside. It's quite nice if your character automatically got it out for dark places. What should we play with here? Welly boots. An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. A family apartment, then. Apartment number 12. Ah, was this? This is Kuno's dad, yeah. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electric. It's addressed to Mr. Uno de Reuter. Looks like we found where Kuno's dad lives. Lieutenant nods, and the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills. We could use the cutters. Let's just knock lightly. No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1-shaped shadow and a marker drawn 2. Good thing you already have the chain cutters in your hand. Nothing left to do now but snip, snip. 92%. Success. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. On the other side of the door? How does that work then? Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle. The lieutenant looks worried. I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick. Let's also quick save on that note. Okay, we're going in. I don't see him. I'm here for the drugs anyway. But I will take the money. Oh, I can pay my rent. Excellent. If the only way to pay your rent every day in this game is to, like, you know, go through people's apartments and belongings and pick up pennies, and it's going to be tough. Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture. I'm gonna choose to believe that's from condensation. Kuno de Reuter is the name on unfinished homework. It's from 2 years ago. And I think we found our abusive father. The air stinks with something sour. Is he asleep in there? Pile of clothes. A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet. Some socks even. He's snoring his head off. We can hear him. In the dark, it looks like a nest. Hold up, Lieutenant. Look at that pile of clothes. The Lieutenant has covered his nose. Slowly reach out your hand. I'm going to get grabbed, aren't I? Something underneath. There is breathing. You don't say. Doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now or you're going to die. Okay, maybe I should. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out. He's asleep. He's not going to... Keep extending your hand towards the pile. Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it. Pull the blanket off. Ugh. Kuno's dad. He's got the same colour hair. He probably is his dad then. You see a 60-year-old fat red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. Nice. Doesn't look like a 60-year-old guy. Kim, is this thing even alive? I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves. He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. The limb seems to be twitching from time to time. I hope that's a limb and not an appendage. And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are poking out of a hole. Maxtor is a gas company. He's wearing 3 socks from a gas company. They probably came with the bills. A groan arises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep. Figure out what he's trying to say? Success. The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs. Screw you and die. You're awake. He's awake. His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again. At least he got to say his piece. Is this Kuno's father we're seeing? Judging by the colour of his hair, I would say yes it is. The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair in his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought. I was expecting something worse. I think he's still quite bad. I mean, what he has come to. The lieutenant tilts his head. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but the lieutenant thinks to himself, at least he won't be beating his son. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake. Hold on, what happened to his eyes? Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids open. Not a pretty sight. He's going to sleep it off. I know this shit. Suddenly the man starts growling. 3 words manage to escape his mouth, along with a strong stench of alcohol. Something about effing pigs, I think. Look, he's trying to communicate. Maybe we should help him somehow? What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke in his own vomit. But he's already on his side. Excellent form. We could take him to Remedy or Saint Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few. The lieutenant stops, listening to him. Hey, Indigo. How are you today? Did you get your guitar? Has it been delivered? Or did you buy it from a shop? Pile of blankets grunts miserably. Leave. I don't think I can do much with him at the moment. Kind of disappointing. Right, I was supposed to be getting Kuno's stash of drugs from here. That was the purpose, right? Split a kilo with Kuno. Get speed from Kuno's apartment. Taking down his dad is no longer an option. So this is the apartment. Is it on the table? Oh, here we go. I need to look at this. A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw. Lieutenant, I've located psychoactive substances on this table. Good. Confiscate it, says Kim. The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the other room. Take the speed from the table. You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. We got what we came for. We've done Kuno's stuff. We're out of here. We haven't checked this door yet, though. It's just open. Oh, is this the communal bathroom? What have we got? We've got alcohol Commodore Red. I might need to sell that. And magnesium. We've got plenty of healing stuff. So that is very useful. Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. I think I stayed in a travel lodge like this once. And some money. There's something making some strange noise. I don't know whether it's a sound effect in the game, but like a low buzzing humming. Can you guys hear anything? It almost sounds like a vehicle pulling up outside, but it isn't. I can hear it again there. I don't know whether it's something because I've walked into this apartment, whether it's supposed to be a sound in game or not, or something from around my house, which is slightly troubling. Don't want to take the exit. Let's go and check down the other end of this hallway. Did I do the door? Yeah, she wouldn't let me in. And there's a cupboard over here. And this looks highly, highly interesting. Why is it taped off? This is another balcony. Oh, we can go talk to that woman along the balcony. You did the order, but they had it in the store, so you got it the next day you ordered. Basically, you ordered it on Monday, went after it Monday morning, had it in the store. Nice. Oh, it always feels good. I'm jealous. Not that I particularly want a guitar, just I like getting new toys, and I haven't had a new toy for a little while. I feel like I need a toy. Something to play with. Okay, does she have anything else to say now I'm up here?
Ooh,
Cindy the Skull.
the piggies have learnt how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
Let's have a look. That's right, we've evolved. Let's go with the humorous
Yeah,
approach.
I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms. That smell coming from a paint bucket, it's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. That's not good. That's like diesel, isn't it? Or a type of something similar. Is that fuel oil? He studies the contents of Cindy's bucket. Red-dyed, heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. What do you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself, back in Jamrock. Fumes are bad for you, okay? Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage. Catch you later, Cindy. As talkative as you nicely are. Were we just going to the next level up? There are stuff we've missed downstairs. Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting this. Why do people leave their money in a boiler? I got some pour l'homme labourer jeans for men. I've got to see what these look like. What have I got in my trousers anyway? I've got -1 savoir-faire, +1 electrochemistry. These are electrochemistry -1 reaction speed. I want to see what they look like, but... Ooh, that's not very... Reaction speed, I think, is probably more important. I would guess. Stop. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Well, hang on. Did we come up? No, we didn't come upstairs for this. Okay. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. You probably changed the strings on the guitar already. Those on the right have now been on for quite some time, and you think it's been played in the store. Is it like a reconditioned one or a brand new one? Cindy? Did I miss an important note there? Is that where she's staying? Oh, that looks like where she's staying. Out the door then. I watched Glenn Fricker do a video on... It was on bass strings, but I think the idea is the same. In that if the strings are looking a bit old, you can actually boil them. Did a video on boiling them, and it like gets all sort of all the grot and detritus and stuff that's built up